My name is Rachel and I'll be guiding you today. I hope you don't mind, my son will be joining us as well. But go ahead and find your mat, and you'll need a few props today. If you don't have these props, you can always grab some from around your house. You could get big couch cushions, but start with a blanket. And you don't need to have this kind, just any blanket that works. And then you also want a bolster or a couch cushion, or something that's a little bit more of a firmer pillow. And also have some blocks handy, or a stack of books. A water bottle can help to just get creative with it if you don't have these exact props. Just anything that lifts the elevation of the floor will be fine. But go ahead and put the bolster at the front third of your mat and find a place lying down on your back. And you'll want the bolster to be right under your knees so that your legs can be fully relaxed. And then wherever it's comfortable to rest your hands, go ahead and find that place. You can have the palms facing up. You can have the palms resting on your sternum or your belly, wherever it's comfortable for you. Just get centered here on your breath. As you inhale, really try to expand through your chest. And as you exhale, surrender your body weight, feeling supported by the earth. Remember, this is not a practice that you have to show up and be or do anything. Just be you. Yin yoga is a very meditative practice, so I'm not going to be talking so much, but I'll just be more here to guide you through poses and through relaxation. If you notice that your mind might be kind of moving a lot and there's a lot of thoughts coming up, let them be. That's okay. The goal is not to get a completely silent mind. It's just to become the observer of your thoughts and not identify with them. So whatever's coming up, even if it's a perceived negative emotion, even if it's anger or sadness, let it come. Our emotions are here to teach us something. Extract the lesson. And whenever you're ready, you can bring your knees into the chest or on top of the bolster. You can roll over on your side and slowly and gently push yourself back up to a seated position. And then once you're in that comfortable seated position, you can grab your blanket and then bring it to the back of the mat and just fold it whatever height that you need. If you have tighter hips, you might need a higher blanket, and if you don't have such tight hips, then you'll want to lower surface to the ground. And then you can take your bolster out of the way and grab 2 of your blocks, and you'll set them perpendicular with your yoga mat with the long edge. And then go ahead and place 1 to 2 bolsters. It's going to depend on how tight you are. I'm super tight in my hips, so I need all the support that I can get here. And you might want to play around with how you have your props set up, so take a minute to do that. I know this can be a challenging pose, a challenging spot for people with tight hips, but I also have blocks under my hamstrings. You can't really see that too well, but you can grab pillows to do that too. When you have that position, go ahead and bring your forehead down. Another option for support is to make a pillow out of your stacked hands. You can even do fists and stack the fists and then put your forehead on that. A big part again is just playing around with what you have and making the support stack that you need that works with your body. It's very personalized and very up to you, so fiddle around as much as you want and find that place of comfort. You want to make sure that you're not feeling any crazy stretches here. You really just want to be able to relax. If there's too much resistance, if you're pushing your body too much, it's not going to be able to relax. And the whole goal of Yin Yoga is to be able to relax and surrender. So find that place. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Exhale, let it go. On your next inhale, try to create space in between your shoulder blades. Exhale, surrender a little bit deeper. And if you have one hand stacked on top of the other, go ahead and switch the placement, bring balance to both sides of the body. We tend to hold the weight of the world on our shoulders, and this is a really good opportunity to release it. Whatever you're holding on to, whatever pressure you're putting on yourself, whatever negative self-talk you're putting on yourself, let it go. Exhale. Breathe it out. And as we're about to exit the pose, it's important to remember that as slowly as we enter the pose, that's how slowly we want to exit. So your next inhale, slowly rise. Really sit tall with awareness. And then you can bring your elbows to your stack of support. And then rest your head either on your chin or your cheekbones to hold up your head and stay here for just a couple breaths. You can bring wiggles into your body however your body needs. Noticing any differences in your body now versus when we started. Relax deeply with every exhale. We're so busy in life holding up our phones and working on the computer. Let this be a reprieve for your shoulders. Let them just relax. And now on your next exhale, slowly make your way all the way back up to sitting. And you can grab a sip of water here. It's important also with this practice that we hydrate our body, hydrate our connective tissues so that they can stretch more. And again, just take a moment to connect with your body and notice how different it feels from when you began. Or maybe it doesn't feel much different, but notice. And then go ahead and take the top bolster out of the way. Then we're going to rearrange the blocks so that the one closest to you is on the lowest setting and the long edge of the mat lines up with the long edge of the block. And the front block will be on the second highest height, and the short edge of that block will match up with the long end of the mat. Frame the bolster with your hands and twist as you exhale your heart into the center and lower down. And you can fidget here to find a place that's comfortable for you. And your head can either face the direction of your knees or it can face the opposite way. Just remember your ego is in the back seat. This is not a competition with yourself about how far you can push yourself today. This is about relaxing and feeling good. So find the spot that feels good for you and for your neck and for your back and stay there. Notice if you're clenching your jaw. Are you clenching your fists? Where can you release even more on your body? Take the biggest inhale you've taken all day. Let the space of your breath fill your back and your shoulders. And as you exhale, release. Release any tension that was hiding there. If you're carrying the weight of the world in your shoulders, this is the time to let it go. With every inhale, fill the space in your back and your shoulders. And every exhale, imagine that weight is just releasing, washing away. And if you have your head turned the opposite way of your knees, very slowly move your head so that it's facing the same direction that your knees are pointing. We really want to stay in the slow movements here so that we're staying in the relaxed state. So take your time, there is no rush. Inhale, take a deep breath in, sending oxygen to your whole body. As you exhale, slowly push your hands into the floor, lifting your chest up. Making really subtle movements here. And you can come to sitting on your heels. And just notice how your body feels. How do the two sides feel? How are they different from each other? And before moving on to the next side, we're going to take a big sip of water. So go ahead and do that now. Really have the intention that the water is hydrating you, it's hydrating your cells, And slowly make your way to doing the same thing on the other side. Keep in mind that our body is not fully balanced, so you might feel completely different on this side. So really just find the sweet spot for you and know that you do not have to do the exact same thing on this side. Just do whatever your body's craving. Really tune in and listen to what your body's asking for. Oftentimes, as we're releasing these tense parts of our body with this practice, the thoughts that come up are intertwined with whatever tension is releasing. So pay attention to your thoughts and just recognize as the thoughts are coming out, that means they're passing through you. So let them come. Don't judge yourself for anything that's popping into your mind. Know that if you have thoughts come out, they're releasing. Let them go. Have your head facing the opposite direction of your legs. On your next inhale, fill up really big in your back. Slowly bring your head to face the other side. Wiggle fingers and toes, just bringing some awareness back into the body. Relishing in how good it feels to lay here and feel supported by your props. Let that translate to feeling supported by the earth, feeling supported on your path, no matter what you're going through, no matter how you might be hurting. Trust that you are supported. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Slowly push up. You can come back to a seat and again hydrate that body. Take a big chug of water. And to move into the next pose, it's going to be super simple. You'll just basically leave your props the way that they've already been set up. And just slowly lower back onto your bolster or your cushions, whatever stack of support that you have at home. I have a bolster under my knees here. I'm also sitting on a blanket so that my hips are a little bit elevated. I'm really tight, so this really works for me. If you're a little bit looser, you might not need as much support. Again, wiggle around until you feel comfortable, until your body has that moment of just relaxation. Bring your attention to ways that you are, or actions that you take, or behaviors that you exhibit. What is it time to let go of? Where can you let go of this old way of being and make space for more patience, more compassion, more relaxation, more calmness, and more flow? In order to bring new ways of being in, we have to let go of the old. So decide what layers of yourself that you want to shed, what is no longer serving you. Use this practice to help you let it go. Feel free to move your body however you want. If you want to lift your arms up, if you want to move your head side to side. I try to kind of just let my body lead. My body's divine intelligence knows what it wants to do, so I kind of just take a back seat and let my body do its thing. If you have blocks, and if you want more of a chest opener here, more of a heart opener, go ahead and slowly lean up on your next exhale. You can remove the bolster or pillows out of the way, and then go ahead and set up the blocks. I have the one just under my neck, and it's at the highest setting, and then I have one just under like where my bra strap would go, and that is at the medium setting. And I'm going to have a bolster right behind the block at the top of my head so that I can rest my arms there and really get an opening through my shoulders and through the front of my chest. Again, pay attention to your thoughts. Don't cling on to them. Just observe them. Notice if you're holding on to any tension in the jaw or in your shoulders. And with your next exhale, release it. If you have your hands above your head, go ahead and take a big breath in. And then exhale, your hands can come to a T or to cactus arms or just down by your sides. Just take a few more breaths here. And on your next exhale, and slowly make your way back up to a seated position. If you need to roll onto one side and then pop up, feel free. If you want to hang out on your side, that's good too. You can come to whatever seated position is comfortable for you here. make any last minute movements here, go ahead and do that. If you want to do some cat-cow stretches, feel free to join me in that too. Just have my hands on my knees. As I exhale, I'm rounding through the upper shoulders. Inhale, bring the chest forward, let the heart lead. And just do that with your breath a couple of times. Here you can rock your shoulders side to side, just swaying, and resume the cat-cows if you like. And inhale, come all the way back up to a neutral spine. Sit tall here. Feel your heart expanding forward and your shoulders relaxing down your back. And now just bring your attention again to what it is that you want to release. One last breath to seal it. And exhale, hands close at the heart. Hold your intention at your heart center. We can bow our heads in gratitude for this practice. Show gratitude for yourself for showing up today. On your next exhale, go ahead and take your palms up to your third eye center in the middle of your eyebrows and just make contact there. Again, seal your intention with your breath. And open your fingers as if it's an antenna. And send your intentions out. Send your gratitude out into the ethers. Imagine that they're traveling like radio waves. Exhale, hands come back to your legs. You can slowly blink your eyes open. Thank you so much for joining me today. Enjoy the rest of your day and come back to your intention throughout the day and come back to gratitude.